everybody, welcome to my craft room. It's Bernie here from Stampin' Up, and I have Rich next to me. Welcome.
Hey.
Hi, Mum. Oh, wet and cool Pretoria. Nice. That's a nice break from the hot temperatures. We've had a very hot day here today. It was 26 degrees.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, well, I was in Auckland, so it was 26 up there.
Yeah,
so,
it's always cooler in Auckland.
Yes. So anyway, well, gosh, back from our 2-week break from being on our YouTube lives. It feels like ages since we were here. Welcome to everybody that is watching this on the replay. It's nice to have you. And I hope you all enjoy the videos that I put on for you as scheduled posts the last couple of weeks with some new product that I've was playing with and wanted to share with you. So yeah, feels like it's been more than 2 weeks.
What was last year?
Yeah, okay. Yes, indeed, it was last year. So tonight, yes, I left at 7 o'clock this morning with a car full of ladies, and we went up to Auckland and spent the morning shopping at a huge craft shop in Auckland, and then stopped off for lunch at a mall about 5 minutes away from the craft shop, and then drove home this afternoon. So I got home at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So yeah, just just travel weary. But anyway, we had a lot of fun.
Not shop
and
weary.
I'm very pleased to say that I did not win the prize for the biggest spend. So that was cool. All right, let me go over to my desk and show you the brand new catalog that has gone live today. And Rich was saying, so you can actually show people inside? Yes, I can show people inside. And I want to show you, there's some beautiful things in here, but we are going to be playing, where is it? With the Storybook Friends. I played with the houses a few weeks ago. This is just gorgeous. I adore everything, and I've said this before, I adore everything with Peter Rabbit theme. So we're going to be playing today with the actual stamp and with the actual dies. But instead of using paper, I'm going to be making my own paper. And then don't forget that Celebration has also gone live today, and that runs from the 7th of January to the 28th of February. So it's for a full 2 months. And how that works is if you are in New Zealand, for every $125, you qualify for a level 1 gift with purchase, or for $250 in New Zealand, you qualify for level 2. And you can just go through this brochure and have a look. I've got some of those fruity papers. There's some cute things in here. How did I find this one compared to previous ones? Yeah, I think previous ones have had some nicer products, but there are some beautiful things in here. But yeah, so if you live in New Zealand and you don't yet have a demonstrator and you'd like a free catalog, I do still have some in my stash that I am more than willing and happy to give away. So, all right, what's Mum saying? She forgot about that. Oh, got in my shopping spree. Yes, I got some watercolor papers. I got some watercolor paints, distress sprays, some soft pastels. I'm looking around. Crayons.
Amongst other things.
I think that's pretty much.
Fancy scissor.
Oh, a brand new scissor with a long, I'll show it to you, with a long blade for very precise fussy cutting. Check at this. That's a serious 9.5 inch blade. It's really helpful when you've got a long, it just makes it easier to cut. So that's quite a big one. So yeah, keeps the fun. But let's focus on what are we doing tonight. So tonight we're going to be making this adorable little card. This is going to be watercolored. We're going to use some inks and some water. And I'm going to teach you how to do this Brayer technique. And then there's just a little bit of faux stitching with the marker pens. So let's get back into it, eh? It's more I'm talking to myself because I've been out of it for a few weeks. So I'm just going to be using, so the colors, let me show you those colors, because the reason I designed this card is actually for a color inspiration challenge, which starts tomorrow. And the color challenge involves these three colors: basic beige, pecan pie, and petunia pop. And this is what we call a limited palette, where you're using a limited amount of colors to design something. And I love that about color inspiration challenges. So if you want to go and have a look, color inspiration is available. You can go and find it on, I almost said on YouTube, on Facebook, and just request to join the group. All right. So I'm going to put out my paper because I need a little bit of wriggle room here. No, I don't want that card base. I want my basic beige card base. Bear with me if I seem a bit distracted because I've been awake since 5 o'clock this morning. And like I say, I've driven up and down and my brain's not all together with it. Okay, so Brayer. The brand new Brayer in the catalogue, and your catalogue is got this metal frame. You may have one of the older plastic metal rubber ball ones, but either way, it's you just need to make sure if you're using this Brayer that you've got the metal pieces up. Hello, Auntie Daff. Excellent. Enjoy. So I'm rolling my Brayer. I'm only putting ink. I'm not rolling the whole piece, deliberately so, but I'm rolling it in the same direction. And now I'm coming onto my basic beige piece of paper and I'm just applying ink here and there. Okay. So I'm getting that off. And now I'm coming with my pecan pie and I'm repeating the process. Just inking it up, filling in those gaps, and just rolling it out. Okay, and repeating the process. Picking it up now with petunia pop. Whoops, that's a bit bright. Don't want that so bright. So I'm just going to roll that off a little bit. That's going to be a bit darker, so I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to come back in with the bare beige, pick that up, and I'm going to go over it and just neutralize it a bit. I think this one's going to be a lot darker. What I'm going to do, and I've just remembered, I think what I did, I'm actually going to bring a little bit of Whisper White. Hi there, Marcia. Welcome from Texas. Nice to have you in my craft room. So I'm just picking up a little bit of my basic white and I'm just going over that just to soften that petunia because it's a little bit too harsh for what I want. All right, so you can see that's immediately softened that. And I'm just going to, now remember this is pigment ink, so it will take a little bit longer. I'm just looking for a paper towel. So are you a Stampin' Up demonstrator over in the States, or do you just love using the products? I use Stampin' Up products, but I also sometimes use non-Stampin' Up products, depending on what I'm doing in my lives. I'm just wiping this white pigment ink off my roller because it will transfer onto my ink pad, and I don't want that. Okay, one last go with my pecan pie. Just bringing that out. Cool.
Mum wants to know, don't you clean the roller between colours?
No, I don't. I will clean it afterwards, but I won't do that right now. No.
Why not?
Partly because I'm lazy, but
So
no,
you should clean it.
not necessarily.
Right.
You've rolled all the ink onto your cardstock. You see, if I go here, look, there's no ink. You see?
Okay.
I'll try that. I'll show you again. So I'm rolling, and eventually, oops, sorry, I bumped your camera. Eventually, there's no ink. So there's no ink that's going to transfer over. The only one that will transfer over is the white, because the other inks are water-based. The white is a pigment ink, and pigment is pretty much the word indicates it's got a little bit more pigment in it, so it tends to it can how do I word this? It takes longer to dry because there's a lot more pigment in it. The formulation of it just means that it's going to transfer over to things. So that's why I'm wiping it off my roller blade, off my roller ball, off my brayer. So as you can see, it's picked it up, the petunia pop, on my white. So I will need to go afterwards and just clean that, and then just check I might need to re-ink.
How do you clean that one off your
I will just
stamp pad?
I just generally will take a just see my pecan pies got cut. I will generally just take a paper towel and just swipe it off, just gently drag it off. Yeah. Okay.
So Masha says she's not a demonstrator.
Oh, fantastic.
Not a demonstrator.
That's great. Oh, that's wonderful. So welcome. Welcome in the house. Okay, so I am going to let that set aside. It's going to take overnight to dry properly, that the ink doesn't transfer onto my fingers. But for now, I'm going to set this one just to the side, and we're going to carry on with the stamping. So I've got a piece of bare beige. Let me get my mat. Okay, so we're going to do two things. I'm going to stamp my bunny. It's so adorable. So this is what the stamp set looks like. And I'm opting for this little guy. And because I am going to watercolor it, I want to use a permanent ink so that it doesn't run when I put water onto it. So you always need to do the opposite. If you're going to use something like alcohol blending pens, then you want water-based ink. And the opposite, if you're going to be using watercolors or applying something wet to your stamping, then you need a permanent ink. I hope that makes sense. And also when you're doing your permanent ink, you do need to clean it with Stays-On Cleaner. It doesn't get cleaned with a normal water. It won't come off. Okay, so just cleaning bunny. Okay, so I'm going to bring in I'm going to be using a paintbrush that I have in my stash, but you can use a paintbrush or you can use a water painter. And I'm going to start with my bunny's ears and his body. Oops, hang on, let me just show you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to squeeze my ink pad so that there's some ink in here. And then I'm just going to wet my paintbrush and just check on my paper whether I like how wet it is, and I think that's great. So now I'm just picking up my paint, and I'm going to, and I'll bring it up to the camera. If it's too wet, just drag it off on a paper towel, and I'm just coloring in the inside. Can you see that okay on the camera, or is it a bit hard? I might come in.
It's faint.
Okay,
Noticeable,
I will bring it in. I just want to finish doing this round. So what I'm doing is I'm painting his arms and his legs. I'm not making my water brush wetter than what it was initially. And I'm also leaving some white, cleaning that off, dabbing it on my paper towel. So you can see there's some ink in there. All right. Now I'm going to put that to the side and I'm just going to repeat it with the petunia pie. Again, just wetting it, checking, is that wet enough, too wet? No, I like that. And now I'm coming with the tip of my brush and I'm going to come in and paint around the bare beige. And what we're going to do is I'm going to first do this first layer, dry it with my heat tool, and then I will come back. Right. Hi, Leslie Ann. It is very cute. Did you have a lovely birthday? It must feel like it was years ago. And now I'm doing exactly the same with my petunia pop. Just bringing in a little bit of water. Again, swatching, checking it's okay. And I'm just going to come in very gently and do his little bow tie. So I'm using a number 6 round paintbrush for this, if you're interested. Okay, so set that all to the side. I'm just going to come in with my heat tool and just dry that off a little bit. Right, now a good way to check if something's dry is just to use the palm of your hand, which it is. So now I'm coming back in. Just going to pick up that basic beige again. I might just add a teensy bit of water to it. And I'm adding some additional color. Why I dried it is so that the ink layers lie on top of each other and you notice the difference in color. And I will bring it up to the camera and you'll be able to see that you can, it's getting a bit dry. You will be able to notice that there's a definite difference in the color. So like I say, you can use your water painters, but I do find that I've got a lot more control if I use just a traditional paintbrush for this. Did you have a nice birthday? You did, a nice quiet birthday. Yes. Did we have a nice birthday, Christmas? We did. Had a lovely, lovely Christmas. Thank you. And you know what? I actually didn't overeat. Isn't that good? It's so much better. There we go. And last round with my petunia pop. And this time I'm just going to come in gently on the edges. Definitely in the middle of his little, and around the edges of his little bunny tail. So cute. All right. Let's just close those up. Okay. Dry that off. Okay, can leave that to the side now and move my water out the way. So here's my bunny. All right, looking cute, eh? Very cute. So now we're going to dive.
He looks cheeky.
Does he look cheeky? Oh, I thought he looked cute.
Cute.
Okay.
He's got a cheeky
Little grin.
grin.
Oh, is this thing behaving itself again? Okay, Santa didn't give me a new phone. You didn't overeat. Yes. Well done, Leslie Ann. Okay. We're going to cut this out of the dies that match the Storybook Friends. And I want to show you something really clever. So this is the die that fits this little bunny. And initially I wanted to put this bunny, so let's take that die, and I thought, you know what, I want to put it in that frame. But hello, it doesn't fit. And neither would it fit in there. So this is very much an indication, if you're wanting to go about this one of two ways. If you want to use this frame and put a bunny in, then these are the bunnies that fit in those frames, and vice versa. If you want to use that bunny, then that is the frame that you need to use to cut out that bunny. Okay, makes sense, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was quite clever how they've done that. So Bunny's going to go through the chopping machine, but what I'm going to be doing is so this die, it cuts out the frame, but it also cuts this inside. They come apart. So I need a basic beige and I need that frame. So we're going to be cutting this out of my pecan pie and my basic beige together, because you can actually cut two pieces of cardstock with your cut and emboss machine. So that's what I'm going to quickly do. I'm going to go over to my cut and emboss machine, cut those frames, and cut my bunny. All right. So let me just set that up. I just want to check. So there's Bunny. I just want to make sure. I might actually run it through one more time, the frame, because the detail of it is a bit precise. It looks like it needs two passes. Okay, so I've got that piece, which I'm not going to use for tonight, but I want this piece. And I want my frame in pecan pie. Okay, and there's a frame that's now stuck in here that's in basic beige. So I will take that and I will use that at a later stage. Put that frame away, put that bunny away. And that almost went for a fly. I like to put my dies on a magnetic sheet that I just get from our local $2 shop. Okay. I'm just going to take these bits out. Excellent. All right, now we can start assembling. So bring my piece back. Bring those back. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my right marker pen on the basic beige. Oops. Wasn't supposed to do that. I might have to turn it over. I just drew on it, Rich. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, why am I going around the edge? Just so that when this goes in the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it with the broader tip. I think that's what I did last time. That's better. So I'm putting this around the edge so that it's not glaringly basic beige. So that when it goes under the frame, it sort of has a hint of pecan pie on it. So I'm going to glue this in position first.
Pardon?
Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can already see the background has started settling. It looked a bit crazy at first, eh? But it started settling. And I'm going to put my frame around. Oops. But before I put my bunny, I need to stamp my sentiment because I want to use my Stamparatus. The reason I'm going to use my Stamparatus is because there's that pigment on the background. Your first stamping of it is not going to be very clear. So you want to do it more than once. And the best way to make sure you're going in the exact place is to use either your Misty or your Stamparatus. Okay, so I'm just gluing that down. And I'm just going to bring my Stamparatus in. So Stampin' Up no longer make these available. So this is a retired product, but I never got rid of mine because it's brilliant. And as you can see, I use it a lot. So I'm just going to put my card in place using my magnets. And then I'm going to take my message that I want. Actually, I might put my magnet on that side. Is that on the camera? Yep. So placing my message where I want it. I'm going to bring my lid over, pick it up. Okay, and now I can ink it. But what I like to do is I like to just put my stamp underneath it so that it just makes it easier. So I'm just, and because this is photopolymer, I've actually got my black spongy mat underneath there. So you're going to see, let's do the first pass. Let me bring it into the camera for you. Can you see that all right?
Yep.
Okay, so squeezing that down. And you can see it's not, hang on, let's bring that in the light. It's not altogether as distinct as what I wanted. So we're going to go again. If I hadn't put this into my Stamparatus or into a Misty, if you have one, I would have created a ghost stamp over that now. There we go. That's better. It's nice and dark. Perfect stamping. Okay, so I can take that off and I can clean that up afterwards. So if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend looking for one either on secondhand shop or I think My Petunia, Sweet Petunia is the brand that still does the Misties. It's well worth the investment of that. Now we can pop Bunny on with dimensionals. So big one, and I just want to get some mini dimensionals for his ears. Okay, so we're just going to peel those off. Excellent. What's a twofer? Oh, a twofer. Yes.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yes. Oh, with me die cutting. Yes, exactly. Yeah, gotta be smart with your time, especially if you're doing multiple cards. All right. So the last step now is just to do some faux stitching. So I'm just using my Pecan Pie right marker.
And what stitching?
Faux. F-O-U-X. Faux. Meaning artificial.
Ah.
Yeah. Is that a new word for you? Faux. Okay. Not F-O-E, like as an enemy. No. Faux. Oops, that stitch was too big.
Fake.
Fake, but yeah.
Fake.
That's right. But faux sounds so much more sophisticated. Did anybody watch Michael McIntyre before Christmas with that funny skit he did with the letters of the English language that if we were to pronounce them, the silent letters, but if they were to be pronounced, what they would sound like. I'm just going over this again because there's that white pigment ink on it. Oh man, we were laughing so much. What were some of the funny ones? Gnome.
Our would become Hawa.
Yeah. And Yoghurt. Yoghurt. What were some of the other funny ones? There were some very funny ones. He's a very funny guy. Okay, we are almost finished. Right. So that's that. And now we're just putting it on the, is it French? I think it might be French. Faux. Yeah, possibly. Very likely. My card base is a bit bent.
Is that where faux pas comes from?
What is faux? Oh, faux pas, meaning making a mistake. Yeah, possibly. But what does pas mean? What is faux pas, making a mistake? I would say so. Yeah. Here we go. Our bunny is finished. So you've created a faux background. Faux background. This will, see my one on this one is a bit heavier.
I like it.
Yep. And this is what happens. Every time you use a brayer, it's going to give you a different look and a different feel. I think there I used a lot more petunia, a lot less. I can see I was a little bit heavier with the pecan pie there.
That's more masculine and the right-hand one is more feminine.
It is. It is. But adorable nonetheless. So that's they are cute, eh? Very cute. So yes, with our little watercolouring. Very adorable. So that's what we got for you tonight. Nice and quick and easy, playing with some colour. So I'll just run through those colours again for you. We have basic, oops, wrong camera. There we go. Basic beige, pecan pie, petunia pop. Those are the colours. And if you do want to go and have a look at the, oh, there we go. Leslie Ann's giving you faux pas literally means a missed step. That is your word for the night, Rich.
And it's P-A-S, not P-A.
P-A-S, faux pas.
Thank you, Leslie Ann.
Yes, that's brilliant.
English lesson included for free tonight.
What was the English lesson we had the other night? We had another one as well. There was a word that we were looking up. Ephemera. That was it. It was ephemera. That was our word last time. Yes. Very good. We shall find a word for next week. Cool. All right, everyone. Well, that's us for tonight. I'm going to go and pack up and probably have a cup of tea and an early night. So I hope for everyone that's watching in a different time zone that you have a wonderful day further and gives us this technique a try. See if you can come up with some other color combinations and use your brayer and do some faux stitching. Very cool. All right. Night, everyone. Lovely meeting you, Masha. Hope to see you back here. And we'll catch up, everyone, next week, 7 o'clock New Zealand, Daylight Saving. Have a good week.
Bye.
Good night.